KPFT Studios on Wide Open Spaces, and today in the studio, an Austin-based trio that can ease from bluegrass into old-time country and then kick it into high gear from some smoke and swing tunes, and they top it off with three-part harmonies. This band really relies on some great traditional American music, and they do it perfectly. The CARPER family. Welcome to KPFT. How we doing? This is your very first time at KPFT?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But you have played Houston. As a matter of fact, I saw you guys over at the Discovery Green at the concert series out there.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, opening up for Dale Watson.
Very nice. Was that your first Houston gig?
That was our kind of first official Houston
Houston
gig.
played at the Houston Continental before.
That's right.
Okay.
That was a while back.
Very nice.
The Wagoneers.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll pick everybody's brains separately, and I guess I'll start with Melissa on bass. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
Good to see you in the studio.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
You had a nice drive into town?
It was pretty easy. I drove. And
Is it not easy when other people drive?
well, they don't usually let me drive because I drive slow, but nobody else got enough sleep, so.
You picked the short straw this morning.
Yeah.
You're from Nebraska, and you grew up
That's right.
playing country music?
Yeah, that's right. I grew up playing country music with my family, actually. We had a family band when I was young. We did a lot of old classics, Hank Williams and Patsy Cline and all that kind of stuff.
Cool. What'd you guys play? Churches and bazaars?
We started out at churches and rest homes, and then as we got older, we started playing the bars, the
Very cool.
Eagles and Elks and Moose Lodge and all that kind of stuff.
So was your dad disappointed when you said, I'm quitting the band and moving on to bigger, better things?
Oh, it kind of gradually happened that all of us grew up and started doing our own thing.
So nobody's feelings got hurt?
No.
All right, very nice. And you kind of discovered bluegrass and swing a little bit later in life?
Yeah, that's right. I grew up listening to a ton of country because that's what my parents loved, and then I moved to Arkansas eventually and heard a lot of old time and bluegrass there, and then I moved down to New Orleans too. And
You were busking on the streets there.
Did a lot of busking there on Royal
Did you
Street.
have a day job?
That was my day job.
Really? And you made enough money to survive?
You can
How
make
long-
some
how
good
long did
money.
you do that?
Yeah. What's that?
How long did you survive in New Orleans busking on the streets?
Well, I lived down there a couple different times,
Okay.
and that was my primary source of income down there, actually. But I never lived there over a year. I always left when it got hot and sticky in the summer. Took off.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Very nice. And we'll talk to you a little bit later, Melissa, about some of the other things that are going on. We also have Beth on fiddle. What's going on?
Not much. I'm awake.
Good to see you this morning. You were born in Kentucky but grew up in Alaska.
Yep, Fairbanks, Alaska.
Now, there's a quote on your website that says that you grew up in a festive, tight-knit, pickin' community. So was that like a hippie commune that just kind of grew into a town?
Kind of. It was a lot of bluegrass and old-time pickers that just lived for picking all winter long.
Sure.
When it's 60 below outside, you gotta keep
Something
warm
to do.
somehow.
Right. And were your parents involved in that? Did they influence you at all? Or was it just...
My dad plays music, and they supported me playing classical music when I was growing up, and
Very nice.
then I got into the old time and bluegrass when I was like 19.
Okay. And how did you end up in Austin?
I came down to escape the cold, and I was here for about 3 weeks, and I decided to stay.
Right. Very nice. All right. And we also have Jen. How's it going?
Pretty good, Rourke.
You're the only Texan here in the room.
I'm the only Texan, and I'm actually from Houston.
Are you really? See, your website didn't tell me where you were born at, so I was going to ask you that. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Cy Creek High School
Very nice.
and moved to Austin to go to UT, University of Texas.
And I got sidetracked real quick.
Been there ever since. Yeah, I've been in Austin for 10 years now, but I love coming home to play in Houston.
And there was a pony band.
Yes.
What was the name of that band?
The Pony Band. Maybe I'll change the name to that. I like that. It's called Jenny and the Corn Ponies. That was my first kind of country band in Austin, and Beth and I met playing together in that band.
Okay.
And really fun, kind of all classic country, 50s and 60s honky-tonk music.
Cool.
And so we do a lot of that in this band, too.
Absolutely. Well, how would you describe the sound of this band to people who've never heard you before? I mean, they're about to, but give them a little
Some
taste
people
of how you describe it.
I don't know, it's funny, it's just the music that we like, and so it's kind of more interesting to hear how other people describe it. But,
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
I describe your music as the whole Down from the Mountain tour condensed into 3 musicians.
Wow.
It's pretty good. You know the Down from the Mountains?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Thank you, Rourke.
if anyone doesn't know that, that's basically the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack, and they went on tour, all the musicians, and put on a great big bluegrass festival all across the country. And you guys really have captured that old-timey sound. But I know that you write original material, so there's some new elements to the music as well. But it sounds great. So enough of me talking about it. What are you guys going to sing first?
We're going to do a song Melissa wrote called My Old Fashioned Gal.
Okay, very nice. The Carper family live in the KPFT studios.
All right.
Hold on a second.
1, 2, 3, 4. My old-fashioned gal don't like the bustle of the city and the flushing pots and cyber spots and no space to get away from the wreckage. She knows a place where an old Appalachia where the chicory blooms to a chickadee's tune and she plucks the mint and buttercups. My old-fashioned gal is a real kind of pal. She don't care if I'm poor. Once my love doesn't need it anymore, then have me around when the sun's going down. I do what I shall for my old-fashioned gal. She likes to write her letters on a piece of pretty paper and put them in an envelope with a stamp and mail it at the post office. She digs for ramps and wears Virginia woods, takes them home to her little shack, spends the evening just a pickling and grinning. My old-fashioned gal is a real kind of pal. She don't care if I'm poor. Once my love doesn't need it anymore, then have me around when the sun's going down. I do what I shall for my old-fashioned gal. She picks violet flowers while walking through the grassy meadows, makes violet jam in little cans, gives them away to her friends and family. I'd like to stay in a lovely little mountain home, and with her hand in mine, forget the time as we gaze at the clouds and the rhododendrons. My old-fashioned gal is a real kind of pal. She don't care if I'm poor. Once my love doesn't need it anymore, then have me around when the sun's going down. I do what I shall for my old-fashioned gal. I do what I shall for my sweet young pretty old-fashioned gal.
Beautiful, fantastic. The Carper family live in the KPFT studio playing tonight over at the Mucky Duck, and we're going to give out a pair of tickets here in just a